What's up YouTube? CardHub Manila here, coming to you with another video. So for this one, we're going to start a new series, our hashtag Who Do You Collect series. So it's basically all about my personal collection, and it's going to be of different players that I followed in the NBA throughout the years. And for this particular episode, it's going to be all about my all-time favorite NBA player. His name is Kenny Anderson, and those of you who were already following the NBA in the 90s would probably know him. But for most of you who were born after the 90s, you're probably unaware of who Kenny Anderson is. So he played in the NBA for around 14 years, from 1991 to 2004. And he was the number 2 overall draft pick of the New Jersey Nets in the 1991 NBA draft. So the number 1 pick for that year was Larry Johnson. So let's start with the only 4 graded cards that I have in my collection. So again, these cards are hard to come by because he's been retired for a long time. He's not exactly a superstar. So finding these in eBay was kind of hard. Luckily, I was able to get 4 of them. So to your left are his 2 rookie cards. One is from Skybox and one is from Fleer. So both are graded Gem Mint 10s. So really happy to be able to get this one. And obviously, since he's not really a big star, this didn't cost a lot. But in any case, I'm glad to be able to add these 2 to my collection. For the other 2 on the right side, those are actually his refractor cards from 1993 from Topps Finest. So couldn't find a Gem Mint 10 for this one, so I had to settle for a near mint to mint 8. So to those of you, again, who collected in the 90s, these were the first Chrome cards, I believe, that were released. And this was part of the Topps Finest group. So we have here his refractor card. I think this one is the base card and this one is an insert. It shows here Topps Finest and this one Atlantic's Finest. So too bad it wasn't a Gem Mint 10, but if you look at the cards, they still look good, and doesn't really matter. The grades don't really matter if it's for your PC, right? So anyway, let's move on. So I have a bunch of his raw cards, right? So I've grown my Kenny Anderson collection throughout the years. Right now it's at around 400 cards, and majority are raw cards, and I just keep them in a binder, which I'll show here. It's the Ultra Pro leather binder, the 9 card binder. So I probably ended the 90s with just around 100 of his cards, 120, 125. But when the hobby started picking up again, during the past few years, I decided to collect more of his cards. And the one thing I tried to do was really have 3 copies of each of the cards that I like, so that they would look good in the binder. I'll show you that in a bit while I'm flashing some of these raw cards. So, and the way I'll start showing them is really from his college days at Georgia Tech all the way to his last team. I think the last one that I collected was when he was playing for the Seattle Supersonics in 2003 or 4. The rest, the other 2 teams that he played for, I think he still played for Indiana and also the Clippers before he really eventually retired. It's hard to come by those cards because he was really a fringe player at that point. Anyway, so let's start off. I have here a wild card rookie card of his, still in his Georgia Tech uniform. So these are one of the nicer ones that I got. And just some trivia, he he played for 2 years for Georgia Tech and went pro after that. And he, in his freshman year, he actually led them all the way to the Final Four. And that team was actually a really good team. And he was playing with Dennis Scott and Brian Oliver, and they actually called them the Lethal Weapon 3. So I don't have any of his high school cards. I don't think there are any available, but he was a really good high school player. He was a prodigy basically when he was playing in New York at Archbishop Malloy High School. So anyway, so that's the wild card version. And then we have here another one of his rookie cards. This one this time around, it's from Hoops. So there it says he was the number 2 overall draft pick. Another one of his rookie cards. This one is from Fleer Ultra. So one of the nicer sets during that time. And the first set, like I mentioned, will be mostly his base cards, right? And so we start off, I think this is a second year card for Skybox Premium. And then this one is a really nice one. It's tops embossed, and it's the gold version, and pretty nice. So I forgot to mention, I'll be flashing what they actually look like while they're in the album to the right of the screen, right? So you'll see how they actually look like when they're all together in triplicate form inside the album. So this one is, again, one of the higher end cards during that time. This is the Flair Showcase while he was still with the Nets. Always a really nice card. Then you have here, I think this was in 1995 when he was traded mid-season to the Charlotte Hornets. He played there for just half a season and then became a free agent after that. So this is an upper deck card. And after that, before the 1996 season, in which he was a free agent, he was signed to, I think it's a 6 or a 7 year contract by the Trailblazers to be their starting point guard. So that was a loaded Blazers team actually. They had Rasheed Wallace and Arvydas Sabonis, the dad of Domantas Sabonis, or the father of Domantas Sabonis. And they also had Isaiah Ryder as their 2 guard. They had Stacey Ogmon coming off the bench. So, but that team, although they made the playoffs almost every year, while Kenny Anderson was there, never really got to the finals. So that's Kenny Anderson. This is the Fleer Metal, really nice card also. And then you have here another metal card, also in his Trailblazers uniform. So another one of the nicer cards. And then here you have a row 1 Flair Showcase. I think this is my most favorite card out of all the base cards that I have of Kenny Anderson. So couldn't find a row 0 in good condition, so had to settle for a row 1. But look at the shine on that, and the dual picture. So 90s cards are really, you know, something else. So this one is an Upper Deck SP card. And this one is Fleer Ultra. So a nice shot of him doing a layup. And then this is Upper Deck Black Diamond, one of the higher end sets also during that time. And this one is EX Skybox. So I think this was during the year 2000, or maybe it was 98 or 99. After that, we have his Tops card. One of his last few years playing for the Celtics. So you'll see on the right side, I have a lot of other cards that I didn't choose to showcase because it might take too long. But yeah, So one of his last cards with tops. And then the last card that I have, at least a base card, is him with the Seattle Supersonics. This is a hoops card. So still looks good. Nice form there on the jump shot. Anyway, that's it for the base card. The next set of raw cards that I'll be showing are his inserts. Let me just put this aside. And inserts, chrome cards, die cuts. Again, I've shown the graded version of this. This is Topps Finest, but this is just the regular chrome card. This is not the refractor version. And another Topps Finest, but this time he's with the Boston Celtics, and I believe the protective covering for this one is still intact, so I didn't peel it anymore. And then we have a couple of die cuts. So you have one wherein he's with the New Jersey Nets. So I can't remember which card this is or which set. And then you have another one wherein he's in his Boston Celtics jersey. So this one is the next are going to be what do you call this, landscape cards or horizontal cards. So this is Thunder and Lightning. So this is actually one of the nicer inserts during the 90s. So if you check it out, the Thunder side is actually his running mate, Derek Coleman. And you have the Lightning side where it's Kenny Anderson. So there are a lot of other duos in this set. You also have Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. I think you still had Malone and Stockton also part of that. And maybe I think, or maybe not, I don't. Maybe Shaq and Anthony were also part of the Thunder and Lightning series. It's a really good series, insert series. And then these two, I just included them to note that even during the 90s, they were already doing parallels and number cards, right? So you have the bronze and the gold version. And then you'll see in the album later, there's a platinum version, which is even more short printed. When I say short printed, at least for that era, right? Junk wax card era, right? So for the green one, it's numbered to 5,400. And the blue one, it's numbered to 2,700, right? So anyway, nice cards to add to the collection. And we'll move on to some of his inserts. So this is his All-Star card. So he made the All-Star only once in his career. I think it's in the 1993-94 season. He was voted into as an All-Star starter, actually, him and Derek Coleman. So that was the only year he made the All-Star team. So this one is, I believe, a Topps card, yeah. The next one is actually a pretty popular series, especially for Michael Jordan collectors. So this is Center Stage. So Kenny Anderson was also part of that insert set. But obviously, price is nowhere near what a Michael Jordan Center Stage card costs. And then this one is, I think, Skybox Kinetic insert. Cool looking card. Then you have here, I think this is Top Stadium, Rising Stars insert. So really nice one. So you can see the sheen or the reflection there, or the shine. So one of my favorite inserts also, this card. And then again, another familiar insert to 90s collectors, because Michael Jordan also appears in this set, the Warp Speed set. And again, no comparison in terms of prices, right? These are probably just 50 cents to $1 in eBay. So this one is one of his few Charlotte Hornets inserts. So Grant Hill's playbook. Couldn't really find any other inserts. And for the Portland Trail Blazers also. This one's nice insert also from Top Sterling set insert set, and I think Jordan was also part of this set. So it's a pretty popular insert set also that people collect. So you'll notice that for his last few years, starting when he was with the Celtics, he didn't really have a lot of inserts anymore. Or actually, yeah, Portland and then Celtics, because usually inserts are for starters, all-stars, and superstars, right? And his play kind of dipped already by the time he was traded to the Boston Celtics. So this is the only one that I have. I don't think this is even an insert, but it looked cool. So it's in the design of a ticket. I think this is called Authentics. It says here even that he was already traded to the Sonics, right? But still in his Boston Celtics jersey. So anyway, that wraps up our raw card collection. The next one that I'd like to share with you are my patch and autos collection. Let's start off. I have a couple of his jersey patches. We have two from the Nets, the same actually, true colors. But I think they're from Prestige, but one is his blue jersey and the other one is his white jersey. Not sure if these are game worn or just, NBA authenticated patches. So the next two, which are the same also from Upper Deck, are the Pros and Prospects Celtics jersey patch. Been looking for one wherein the white jersey is on it. I saw a couple of them in eBay, but they were quite expensive actually for his cards. So try to look for a better deal and upgrade this. The last one is still in Celtics jersey here. It's also from Upper Deck, but if you see the team and the colors, they're Seattle Supersonics colors already. This one is numbered to 500. It's actually a nice patch. Too bad, it's called Upper Deck Stat Patterns, but too bad, didn't line up with the jersey he was wearing. Still wearing the Boston Celtics jersey. So, on to the autos. We have here a Skybox autographics of his Georgia Tech days. And then we have here Chronicles. So these are not really reissues, but these are from the Panini era already. And I just grabbed a couple of them in eBay whenever I saw a Kenny Anderson auto, because they're actually kind of they're really cheap actually, just to be honest. Some of them are less than $5. So I grabbed a bunch of them, I think during the late 2020, fourth quarter of 2020. Then you have here, this is a totally certified card. And then we have a couple of Spectras. So you have the blue and the green one. So these were a bit pricier. I think these were $10 or so. And then I also got one of his Immaculate cards. So this is a high-end set, but I think I just got this for $10 to $15 if I'm not mistaken, off eBay. So not bad. Then we go back to Skybox autographic. So there I also have one for while he was wearing his Hornets jersey. So there, Skybox autographics, this time in his Blazers uniform. Then the next four are all Panini prisms, right? Different parallels. If you're green, you have your, I think this is a blue disco, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe just a regular blue. Then you have your red, and then you have your purple parallel. So pretty cool rainbow collection there. Then for the last few, again, so once you once you fail to become, you know, a superstar on a premier all-star, they rarely also feature you as in their autograph sets. So we have another Skybox autographics in his Celtics uniform. And then you have Century signatures. This is Threads. And last but not the least, you have it's Upper Deck SP. Sign of the Times. Yeah, so cool card to have actually. So there you have it. That's my current collection of Kenny Anderson. So I hope you guys enjoyed me sharing this. We'll have more modern players after this in our Who Do You Collect series, but I just really wanted to start it off with my favorite player. And what do you guys think, and who do you guys collect? You know, would like to hear from you. Post them in the comment section. It doesn't really have to be a current player. It doesn't have to be a superstar. No, you know, it's really just who do you like the most, and who did you follow as a kid, and following their career and all of that. Thanks for staying throughout the video and letting me share with you my personal collection. And for those who have already liked and subscribed to my channel, I want to thank you all. We've gotten a few more subscribers over the past month. And for those who haven't, just click on the subscribe button below and also the notifications bell so that you'll know when we have a new video. But that's it for now. Thank you, and see you again in our next video.